Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Dupa podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my man. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. Glad to be here.
I think we're both tired. I mean, the last few episodes we've been going a little long. This one might be short. But thank you for checking out the Super Duper podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at HP53productions.com for our merch. You can also find additional content such as the Father Good podcast if you're into vintage pods that haven't been out in a while. There you go. And our own Ez McMahon with the Easy Mocha and Gia podcast. Because I know y'all not talking about basketball. So, you know, y'all didn't meet.
We might. I mean, this coming week, we're definitely going to do a show this week, I think. It will definitely be about the NFL draft.
Jeez,
I mean, that's Morgan's, that's his bread and butter right there.
I got
That's
you.
what he does. But we could talk about, you know, the way the Bulls teased their fans over the last month, and then
just got
laid
smacked.
the egg in the playing
But-
game.
But I mean, and the thing is this though, we don't really have a chance to even get a top pick. So it was all just for what? Just
Well, why did you? Yeah, why go for it?
what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Just so you can be out of it, get
And
some dude
then-
you don't know.
And then the general manager comes out today, Arturas Karnisovas, and says we need Bulls fans to be more patient. What?
Nah, bro.
Are you serious?
We've been patient for a very long time. They wilding.
All
they do is lose. That's all they have to do.
We've been waiting almost 25 years now.
Stop it. He wilding for that one. That's wild. That's a wild statement to make.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See,
He said
that.
We need more patience. No, we've been patient enough.
And I mean,
We gave you, hey, we had the Jordan years. We gave you 20.
And even the Derrick Rose time was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the bench mob and when Jimmy Butler was like Jimmy and Joakim, it was like we were still winning games and we even winning playoffs.
I mean,
but
as much as we wanted Garpax to go,
yeah,
at least
they were together. Yeah, they were winning. They were trying to win some games, man.
They were the 5th, 6th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Now we've been stuck at 9 and 10 for the last 3 years.
It's the Chicago Bulls Atlanta Hawks Invitational. It's like hey guys,
well, Miami Heat, because we've been knocked out by Miami 3 years in a row.
And they went to the finals of 1 year.
They did. They 1 year. They went to the finals coming out of the play-in. Well, that's the hope that came with that. Is that Miami got to the finals one time coming out of this tournament.
But listen, we know that ain't gonna be the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? That's never gonna be the Bulls. That was a weird thing. Even when it happened, it was like, what?
It shouldn't have. Yeah,
that shouldn't have happened, Jack.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the playoffs. You know, I watch the NBA more than Ezra does, and so excited to see how Golden State fares against Houston. Minnesota can beat the Lakers. Want to see how fast Boston sweep to the conference finals. What's going on?
Anyone can win it this year.
Not in the East. In the East, it's probably just gonna be Boston and Cleveland. They're gonna be wait.
No, but I'm saying though, Boston or Cleveland could win it.
Yeah. Oklahoma City could get knocked.
Okay, so I did not realize Oklahoma City won 68 games this year. That's an all-time mark there.
And they could have won 70. I think they just kind of pulled, let off the gas a little bit toward the end.
Did they do it because they didn't want to be? They didn't want to be.
Yeah, no. Listen, if it says Golden State didn't win it,
yeah.
which when you think about that, dog, they lost 9 games in a full NBA season. That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they lost. I was like, wait, we lost?
Yeah.
It's over. Okay.
So,
and I mean, that was that's.
I mean, only what the 72 went to the 96 Bulls, and the 97 Bulls won 69.
Mm-hmm.
of the 6 Bulls championship teams, only those 2 won more than OKC did.
That's crazy.
That's that man.
And you don't
So
hear about
hey,
it. I mean,
nobody's talking about OKC.
not at all. I mean,
All
because real talk,
you turn on the 4-letter network and all they talk about is the Lakers.
OKC might walk to the finals for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking what I hope to see, but they could walk to the finals smacking everybody. They
Yeah.
could go 4-4-4.
Yeah.
I mean, they are really killing people this year, man. So to your point, it's like, it's the Lakers, and I mean, I like watching Golden State, but it's a lot of Golden State, and it's a lot of teams to watch. So if you are a casual NBA fan, this Saturday, the play-in is started this week. The last playing games happened on Friday, depending on when you listen to this, and the playoffs start on Saturday. I don't know if I've told you this. So, if you know me, I never sit down. Like, I'm never like just sitting down for long. But when we got out of college, I staying with my parents, and in college, fresh out of college job, they never saw me. You know what I'm saying? They saw me Sunday. We go to church together. Maybe go to dinner, lunch here and there, but I was always going somewhere. Man, the first time it was the playoffs, I got up, sat on the couch, and I'm just watching the games like for hours. My mother walked in, kept looking around. She was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm cool. It's the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, ever since. What's
Why?
up? Because it was on all day. It's on all day. I didn't go anywhere. I sat right there, watched every game, man. Hey, that's a disrespectful why. I see what you did there, man. I see what you're doing there, man. But what's cool though, then my mother got into watching the NBA with me, man.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying,
wow.
NBA, I mean, that was
Yeah.
post Jordan. Well, actually, no. That's
No, it was post Jordan.
Mike
No,
was back.
No. I don't think he was back yet. Because 2001, when he come back with the
He
Wizards?
came back 2001. Yeah.
That's 2001?
Yeah.
Did he come out 2001, 2002?
Yeah. The 01-02 season.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was. Maybe that's why I was watching it. But it was still, boy. It was
Well,
still good.
wait. Mike
They
was
weren't in the playoffs, though. They weren't in the playoffs. Yeah. But listen, but again, that's the, Shaq, Kobe years and all that kind of stuff, man.
Right.
So, it's still good to see.
All right, no shade. I'm sorry.
No, you got all the big old tree shade, man. So make sure you check out the Easy Smoker GM podcast, where they will not be talking about the NBA. You gotta go to other stuff for that.
We're gonna talk some hockey though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hockey. No, I don't even
hockey
watch
playoffs is phenomenal, man.
Man,
nothing better.
Y'all can have that, man.
Nothing better than playoff overtime hockey. Let me tell you.
Y'all can definitely keep that. So, a couple things. I know you guys. I was talking to my pops tonight, man, and so we were talking, and he's like, "So you see Trump?" That's my parents. After we get the pleasantries out the way, it's always Trump. It's hilarious, right? And so you guys have heard about Trump and the Harvard conflict. So real quick, it's from Perplexity. Harvard University is in a major standoff with the Trump administration after refusing to comply with sweeping federal demands regarding its campus policies, particularly on anti-Semitism, diversity, admissions, and campus activism. The Trump administration has frozen over $2 billion in federal grants and contracts to Harvard as retaliation for its refusal to implement policy changes. Trump has threatened to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status and ban the university from admitting foreign students who make up about 27% of the student body. He wild. The administration claims these actions are necessary to combat anti-Semitism and what it calls woke ideologies. The Harvard president, Alan Garber, has stated that the university will not compromise independence or constitutional rights, framing the demands as federal overreach. So what's at stake? The funding freeze directly impacts research, I say research like people say finance. Like research, that's what I have when I read it smartly. Student aid and operations, but Harvard's large endowment gives it more resilience than most universities. Shout out to Williams College. I think we got a pretty big endowment too for 2,000 students. The dispute is seen as a test of federal power over private universities and could set a precedent for academic freedom and university governance nationwide. I'll say this is, shout out to Harvard. You know what I'm saying? I went to visit Harvard one time when I was in college. You know what I'm saying? I felt it's a nice little campus. You know what I'm saying?
Never been there.
Never been there? It was cool.
Never met him.
College is a college, right? But it was something just going to you're like, wow, I'm on Harvard's campus. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, when we think about Trump and his policies and co-president Musk and all the stuff that they're doing, right? I think what the biggest thing I've noticed is that they are just trying to bully people, beat them into submission, You know what I'm saying? To say like you better do this. Like all the things and change people have made have been on a threat of what he might do. Now, granted, he did pull this $2 billion, but at some point, somebody's gonna have to stand up and say, "Listen, man, we're not doing this." You know, what I'm saying? He picked the fight with the wrong school. They got the money. They can go. All right, we'll
Yeah,
be maybe for a year or two, or we'll wait. We'll wait it out till
they'll
you
wait it
ain't
out.
president no more.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Well, maybe at a custom corners. Maybe that graduation won't have the lobster. You know what I'm saying? It'd be box sandwiches, but they
Nah, the endowment's big enough. They can
yeah.
still get the lobster.
Hey Google, what's the endowment
Fif-
for Williams College?
What
What?
what what is it?
$3.7 billion.
Do you know what Harvard's endowment is?
Hold on.
I know the answer already.
No, I'm saying, hey Google, what's Harvard's endowment?
According to Wikipedia, the Harvard University endowment, valued at $53.2 billion,
Yeah,
$53 billion. Oh, they straight. They
53.2
laughing at
billion.
Trump. They like, man, we do what we want to do. Keep that bread. Hey Google, stop. Yo, they like, yeah, Trump. We all right, we straight.
Now the problem is going to be when he goes after, some schools that they're probably what 10, 12, 15 schools
yeah.
that can endure this.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes after an HBCU or something similar.
Well, even before he became president, when affirmative action was revoked, I think there was a threat of a suit at Harvard, not Harvard, at Howard,
Howard, yeah.
because they were doing like studies on the medical school there was doing studies on some specific topic that dealt with Black people. And it's like it isn't HBCU, it's what they do. But it was like somebody came and said we're going to sue you if you continue with this research. I keep saying research like I'm on
Research,
CNBC. I don't know what it is. It must be the glasses. I don't because when I turn this on, I say research like I normally say. But I'm start going finance. So back to the research. I forgot the point I was making. Whatever. I'm sure it was fantastic. But no. I feel like
Howard.
right. People, and so people were threatening to sue Howard, and so people have already been on the fence even before he became president about what they should and should not do. But I feel like somebody has to stand up because we can't. This country can't be run on just these threats. You know what I'm saying? It's like you being a bully as a president. Come on, man. That's not gonna last. It's just not gonna last. I really feel like there's going to be a larger revolt of people because Trump is extending this threat-like approach to politics to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the people are going to revolt, man. I see it happening. It's coming and it's on the way, man. But and shout out to Harvard for standing up because a lot you have to. Somebody has to say enough is enough. You know what I mean? And I guess you think these billionaires with these companies would have, but they're making money from whatever they're doing with Trump, right? So why would they care about what we got going on or what the people need and what they think? So that's that. But yeah, listen, I keep reading the news. Actually, and I've talked about it a few times. The Native Land Pod with Angela Rye, what's her name, Tiffany Cross, Andrew Gillum. It's a great podcast, man. They talk about just politics and culture, and it's really a solutions oriented podcast talking about how to organize. And the last pod I listened to was talking about just how the Gen Zers how they are participating in politics and right now, because Roland Martin made a comment is about how our generation under us, we are just, the generation before us did all the heavy lifting, right? In terms of Civil Rights Act and marching, and we're just kind of benefiting, generally speaking, benefiting from that, but not adding to the bank that is civil rights. And what is that new cause now? Like, is it a financial play? Is it a because every generation is a different fight, right? And they were just talking about now the fight now just for the economy, right? And meaning the wealth gap, because it's honestly still the same. The wealth
It's
gap.
widening.
You're right, but the point I'm making is, it's like from the '60s to now, you would think it would have gotten better, and it's just like, to your point, it's just way worse. And so that's an issue because that becomes an issue of home ownership and just like being in debt and going to school and creating generational wealth, and then you wonder why people just try to figure out things the best way they can. So it's a lot at stake here, a lot to be concerned about. So again, I always say Trump is probably president, and well, not probably, but he is president. But that helps us be more mindful about what we got to do and what's going on around us. So hey, if you want more political coverage and political thoughts, go follow us on YouTube, and you can see Dr. Williams' episode, Dazed and Confused, just about this whole Trump stuff and debacle and research and finesse. Research and finesse. All right, back to the fun stuff, man. So you got your LeBron doll, man? You pick one up yet?
A what?
A LeBron Ken doll.
No.
Got you one?
That's the thing?
That's the thing, man. So LeBron got an R&B song. Now he got a Ken doll. So the LeBron James doll.
Wait, did he create this, or did they come to him with this?
Here we go. I'm gonna read it. Talking about the doll or the R&B song? LeBron. That's for real. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
It's like go Google it, man. It's like
Who came out with that?
I don't know, man. Somebody crazy. But the LeBron James, here we go. The LeBron James doll is part of Mattel's Barbie signature Ken Ambassador series. So, did you see the Barbie movie?
I did.
Yeah, and so obviously Barbie was the draw, but like the whole Ken part became very popular as well. So they're doing this Ken Ambassador series, making LeBron the first professional athlete and the brand's first Ken Ambassador. See, I'm the GOAT. I had my first Barbie doll, as Michael Jordan laughs. The doll is 14 inches tall, features LeBron's signature elevated streetwear style, and includes accessories like Nike Dunk High retro shoes, Beats headphones, a signature watch, sunglasses, a fanny pack, and
pack.
Yeah, man, and an I Promise band honoring his I Promise school. It celebrates LeBron's legacy as a basketball legend, activist, and philanthropist. The doll was released on April 14th with a retail price of, what do you think, Ed? How much do you think it costs? Should guess.
I'm gonna go $29.99.
$75.
Wow.
And it's available at select Target stores. They don't do Target. Amazon, Walmart, Mattel Creations.
$75 for a doll?
75. And again, shout out to my nephew. What up, Troy? Like, people bought some to resell them. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, it might be something one day. Who knows?
That makes sense.
But however, it sold out quickly at many retailers and now it's often resold at higher price on secondary markets.
Is it gonna be a what do you call a limited offer?
That part
or a limited amount?
Well, be aware it is limited. But I think they probably just want to see how much people would like it and get it.
Sure with that, the secondary market is that's gonna boom right there.
Yeah, man, there's gonna be some
$600, $700, $800.
That is pretty wild, man. But shout out to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? He's the third, fourth best player of all time. But this is just doing some cool stuff. Think they'll do Space Jam 3?
No, they bet not.
Featuring Nikola Jokic.
They bet not. There's only one Space Jam in my mind.
Man, bro.
We know what that is.
It's something, man. It's still wild how Michael Jordan, I know why he's still so popular, but it's just still amazing, I should say, that his popularity still permeates even now. And he's been like officially retired for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Shoes.
It is a shoe, but it's still him as well, man. It's like that brother was cold, like really, really was, man. So shout out to him. So this weekend, I took the Chipmunks to Comic-Con. Now, low key, I wanted to take myself. I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con, but I've never, I'm saying, I see it on TV and look at the tickets. So was able to get a deal on some tickets. All the Chipmunks and I went. Even Brooke, and shout out to Brooke, she was such a good girl. She hung out with her brothers as they was looking at all kind of Funko Pops, Teletubbies, all kind of anime, screaming at like, Dad, this is Jackamu show. Like, sure, I don't know what this is, kid. And I'm going to the, I'm looking at all the vintage comic books, like, I don't have enough money to buy all these. Doggone it. But it was a lot of fun, man. People are, so have you ever been to a Comic Con, Ez?
Come on, man.
I mean, I figured I'd ask.
You
You know,
know
I know
better than that.
you've been to Sports Con, but it's like, he's like, yo, but VIP
No,
members,
you know
man.
what? I don't go to those either, man.
What? Why not?
No, you ever been, man? You ever been to like
It's crazy in there. I give it's nuts. We went on the Sunday
a
afternoon.
Cubs convention
Yeah, I've been to
or
Sox one. I was in Sox one.
the all the weirdos come out, man. No,
Yeah.
no offense to people that like to go to those. It's just the crazies come out for those things, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I went to the Bears one before.
Yeah.
They did it for like 2 years,
Mm.
and I got there and I stayed about 10 minutes and said, yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah, like
I'm not
I'm not this
I'm
guy.
not fan enough for this.
Sure. So
Yeah.
speaking of fan enough, people were dressed up in all kind of outfits. Chipmunks got to take pictures with a Snow White, with Teletubbies. There's just people out there having a good time, and I was like, shout out to the nerds, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some, for real. And listen, we all are nerds. And so,
Yeah, everybody, yeah, absolutely.
we all are nerds. Like,
Absolutely.
I had all the comic books, just straight up, just ready to read them. So it's funny. In college, I took a history of comic books class. Where I learned like a lot of the deep lore of that. It was a winter. I'm tell you about this. You talking about this?
No.
Yeah. So we had a
I
thing
think
called
I've heard about the winter study course,
yeah.
but you
So we
took
had
a
one. So at Williams, we have your first, second semester, and then between in January there's winter studies, 30 days, and you take a very like off script kind of class. So I think I took the history of comic books my freshman year.
what is the purpose of this?
So because one is a weather thing because it's so cold up there. They try to keep it limited. Two, people travel abroad during January. So while people are abroad, they also have these like mini classes for us. And I think it's just like a little break for
So
to
while the
students.
rich kids went and traveled abroad, you guys had to stay there and take a class?
Oh, we
Is
listen.
that
Shout
what
out to
I'm
Williams. It wasn't just the rich kids. They would like provide a way for anybody to go to study abroad.
Oh, so the school took
Yeah,
care
to
of it.
help you out. Listen. I love Williams College because like before the market got bad, if you got into Williams, the Williams paid the difference of your tuition. So like whatever like money you received from the government, whatever like you would have had to get a loan, Williams would make up the difference. So like even though our endowment isn't what Harvard's is, that's crazy. It's $53 billion.
Yeah.
Williams 3.7 billion, but I mean it's 2,000 students in Williams, dog.
Yeah.
It's like that go a long way, man. I mean, they bought a drum set for me to play there. It was nuts. What was I saying? I'm sleeping.
Winter study.
Winter
You were
study.
explaining
Right.
winter study.
So yeah, so winter study. So you just take all these different classes like you can do. So I took a history of comic book class my freshman year. I think it was accounting my sophomore year. No, accounting was junior year. Sophomore year, we took a slavery and movies class, which scarred me for life.
Yeah, why'd you want to take that class?
I mean, I thought I was gonna do some like pro black, learn about my
I'm
history.
trying to
Why am I
let me think.
watching this? What am I? I mean, it was 30 days of that. Just like this is
So that must have included
Mandingo, Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind, yeah.
Yeah, Birth of a Nation. Had to see that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Do
rough.
they still like you can still
Play
find
that?
that movie? Yeah.
I don't know about now, but this was 1999. They had it, and I mean we were having really real honest conversations about like slavery and the depiction of it, and Birth of a Nation was shown in the White House, right? It's like Woodrow
Yeah.
Wilson was like, let's
Woodrow
do
Wilson,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, and so that was a little wild.
He thought it was great.
Yeah, and once that's the thing too. Once you hear about it, it's like what's up is wild. But yeah, so I Gone with the Wind. That movie is it's just long, long. You know what I mean? And but that was an interesting class. And then junior year was accounting, which it was like, why did I take this class?
Wait, that's a regular. You didn't take that as part of
So
your
remember,
curriculum?
no, it was it was a liberal arts college. That wasn't necessarily a class.
That was a part of. I mean, I was partially a business major. We had to take accounting.
Yeah, so
as part of our curriculum.
No, I was a psychology and math major, and so like
why I thought you were a marketing major.
No, I from business school, I'm a marketing major. College is psychology and math.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. And then senior year, I took. Oh, I was in a jazz band. It was a class, but it was a band. Like in the final exam was our full band performance. So yeah, so I mean it was so all I have to say is my freshman year was a history of comic books and got to learn about the origins of Spider-Man. Like it was about it that came from the teen movement. Like at that time when the Stanley wrote the books, you saw that all these teenagers, like even civil rights folks, were like younger people and they were really trying to fight for equality. So that's why Spider-Man was so young. And even when he wrote the X-Men, it was a kind of look at how people view racism, right? Just how all these people who are different and they're being attacked, even they're trying to protect the world. And you just kind of looked at all like the history of like these comic book characters. So that's probably why I'm in love with Marvel
I
like that
wonder if there are
today.
some really racist people out there that love the X-Men
They're like,
and they
what? That's hearing that. It's like,
that
gotta
blew
burn
their
it.
mind.
They're in the basement right now, burn all that stuff. Nah, X-Men #1, you betrayed me. Uh, yeah, but Comic Con was great, man. And I just like the kid. It's funny, the kids are always looking at new stuff and stuff. I don't even know like what is. They just come down and say like, Dad, look at this new thing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Now I'm not understand how my parents felt. I go, hey, look at this. My mother did not care what I showed her, and her face was like, great. she be sure, you know what I'm saying. I'm doing the same thing. Thumbs up, But we had a good time. Definitely going to go back next year. We
Were
decided.
any of your characters were you starstruck by anyone there?
Nah, man. I mean,
No.
but I saw a couple of Incredible Hulks, but it was like, I don't want to look at these dudes, their shirts
Like
off,
He-Man
take a
wasn't
picture.
there or
Nah, listen, So I was thinking about this is,
Lion-O?
see, I think that's my favorite comic book character. I just never think about it because it's just a cartoon show that we had when we were younger. They try to do a newer one, but it's like, we've talked about this before. We said we're gonna do a pod about this, but like I really think that there could be a live action Thundercats movie, and it would be phenomenal. But we would love it because that's like what we grew up on. Man, that is my favorite cartoon ever. It's just like you can't never find. They remade and rebooted everything else except that. So who knows? Just need a movie house in
I
Chicago.
wonder,
Yeah,
wait, can you find Thundercats out there now?
but the toys.
No, the series.
I'm sure on YouTube is some clips. I've seen clips on YouTube. Like I said, there was a 2011 version of Thundercats that I showed the Chipmunks one day,
I
and they
bet that
looked
was
at me,
I bet that was
huh?
whack. I bet it was
They looked
whack.
at me sideways, like this your king? This is what you like? this, is what you want, Daddy?
They
I
ain't
was like,
give it no
hey,
time.
hey, man,
No time.
don't disrespect my what I enjoyed, man. Doggone it, man. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna hit Comic Con next year. Take the
Oh,
Chipmunks. Go ahead.
it's on Hulu.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
And it's the one we watched, right? The 80 something.
The one we watch. Yep.
See, the hard thing is like, it looks phrasing, it's like it looks old. So it's hard to just, stick with it, stick it out. And the story is so like predictable because I'm 45 years old, you know what I mean? But I feel like I just need somebody from Marvel to take over this Thundercats and make this happen, dog. I think that's, man, just nostalgic thinking about it. It's pretty crazy.
I might give it a shot, man. We might go through it. I
But
told you though, I had I went to try to watch He-Man
mhm.
and I got about halfway through the first episode, like, nah, I'm good.
Wait, the old He-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
Yeah,
rough.
it was a
Now I
rough
will
watch.
say, Masters of the Universe. Sarah will get on me by having this picking my hair while I'm talking. Masters of the Universe on Netflix was an updated. That was actually pretty good. It was updated. It's like 2021. Yeah.
Why do you have a pick?
Hey man, that's disrespectful. I have sons with hair. Okay.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
it was
okay,
on.
okay.
I mean, I can't use the pick.
I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't got no hair either. I'm just
I
saying,
mean, maybe I have.
Okay, all right, all
I'm
right.
just scratching my head.
I'm
Jeez.
just
Thanks,
wondering.
it's
Sorry,
making me feel
sorry,
bad, bro.
sorry.
Please,
No,
Sarah.
no, nothing to feel bad about.
No, it's cool, man. We fall down. So last before we got a couple of things before we get out of here. I told you it was a short one today. So as Coachella was this weekend. So when was the last time you been to a music festival?
Phew. Uh,
So we talked about concerts
uh,
a few months ago, just about what shows are
I
coming up.
actual felt well, it was more than just
Yeah,
I
I can't
think I
remember the
was
last time
at
I went.
Lala 2005, 2006. Rage Against the Machine was there.
See, I think I went around the same time Kanye performed. He was on one of the smaller stages. That's how I
Okay.
know it was like
But I literally only went to see
he
I went to
Rage
see
Against the
Rage
Machine.
and was out. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I see these festivals and they look cool, right? And but it's like, I'm too old to be standing up all day outside somewhere, right? And so I listened to this podcast called The Town with Matt Bellamy from The Ringer, and they were talking about just how the music festival scene, like what's the future of it going to be? Because it's so expensive now. Like they were saying at Coachella, some tickets were like $600, right? For three or
For
four
one
days.
day or
Well, like for like an entire like kind of week, 3 or 4 days or so. But again, it
okay.
can go up from there as well for VIP seating, right? Again, if you don't want to stand up all day or have some kind of place to relax or stay away from the warm weather, that's going to be more expensive. Excuse me. But this year's Coachella featured a few people. The reason I brought it up because T Pain was trending, man. Pretty saying his performance was pretty cool. So some highlights from Coachella 2025. So Lady Gaga, dramatic, nearly 2-hour rock opera style headlining show, featured 20 songs, multiple costume changes, and gothic garden vibe. Whoa. You see, Missy Elliott was there. With a nostalgic main stage performance of her classic hits with inventive beats,
Okay.
elaborate costumes. That's pretty dope. You know who I like? Post Malone was there. I actually like Post Malone. He got some songs I had to just admit that I actually like, man. Post Malone was there. Megan Thee Stallion, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She was there. Sierra performed with her. And then again, back to T Pain. It said he really was kicking it out there, having a really good time. Listen, T Pain don't get enough flowers, man. He is that dude, and he got a gang of hits. I was listening to Shawty with Plies today, and I forgot Plies was on that song. I'm just waiting for T Pain to start singing, right? Just to get to the hook, man. But shout out to T Pain. He's reinvented himself on Twitch and got the Happy Boy podcast, all that stuff, man. But I don't know if a festival is something I want to get to because what we got here, Pitchfork Festival, Lala's a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of festivals in Chicago that's gonna come up this summer, but it's just for me, it's never well. So, like for example, they talk about on the show the R&B one, Lovers and Friends. Have you heard about that? That
No.
yeah, it's like an R&B festival, and
Okay.
so it's just people. People come in, and then there was a hip hop one. I can't think of the name one. But it's like those are people just aren't packing it out like they used to because when the pandemic was over, people were going to festivals because it was like we were locked up and I'm gonna do everything I need to do and want to do, right? But now people short on bread, and it's like, is it worth it for me to go to this event? Worth it for me to go to this thing? Is it really gonna be that much fun? You got to travel there. It's just a little different. And again, these prices are crazy. Even with say the concerts by themselves, they're like $1,000 tickets. Like we talked about, these are $600-700 to go see, to be in a festival, kind of hear a show, kind of, what I'm saying. You're not even guaranteed a real space. You just hope you look up on a great experience or something like that. So,
Yeah.
but again, I think that's a young people's game. Shout out to the young people that's going to different festivals, that's enjoying.
Going
I'll
to,
I'll keep my eye
what
out on
about
that.
Firefest 2? What you think about that?
Oh my God. They should just stop right here. I guess the when I know the beer fest is no longer, it was the High Park Fest.
High
But I
Park
know
Brew
that's
Fest. Well,
yeah,
turned into I think it got too big.
yeah. They
And
should left it to the local
it's
thing. Even the Silver
yeah,
Room, I think the Silver Room was the
yeah.
same thing.
It got too big, too much to produce.
Yeah.
And yeah. But it was man, it's a good time.
But I guess what's the thing? The house party one. I can't think of the official name of it. But
Chosen few.
Chosen Few. There we go.
Yeah.
The Chosen Few. I mean, I guess that's a festival. That's
Yeah,
technically a
absolutely.
festival. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
technically a festival. And
Yeah.
so I guess that happens, and that's a big deal too. That's starting to get expensive as well, but it ain't $600 expensive. People like, how much? Nah.
Well,
I,
there's what, about 100?
yeah, I think so. But remember, it went from free to 50 to 100, man. But I
Yeah.
guess somebody got to pay
But
for this.
you gotta pay. You gotta pay for, security and uh staff, excuse me. And
Yeah.
yeah, it adds up.
Because it's all fun and games until something go left, man.
Right,
So
right,
how
right.
come they ain't got no security?
Insurance.
Insurance will get you
Yeah.
straight up and
Yeah.
down, man. So, well, listen, Ez, that's our show for today. Before we get out of here, though, I want to wish my mama a wonderful, wonderful birthday. She had a birthday this week. She made 82 years old. And
Oh, that's awesome.
what I love about my mom is this: she loves telling her age because she always she always says, "If you don't get old, you die." That's one of her phrases. One of her phrases.
That's true.
And it's real rap though, because you know
Yeah.
when somebody's like, "Oh, I want to get old," she said, well, "If you don't get old, your other choice is dying." And so that makes people shut up real fast. And we were singing "Happy Birthday." I'm gonna post it on Instagram. We were singing "Happy Birthday." My mother sang "Happy Birthday" too. She went to me, and she never does stuff like that. She's been enjoying life the last year or so, man. I'm happy. I'm thankful to God that she's been able to she's always laughing and smiling. And you know, if you know my mother, you know, and I know a lot of people know that's listening to this, you appreciate it, you know, you send thoughts her way, man, put a prayer up for her, appreciate it, because she is really enjoying being 82. She would tell anybody in a minute, you know, I'm 82. And I'm just happy and thankful for the mom that I have. And I know, you know, everybody don't have their mother, and I've had my mother, you know, saying she's been just a wonderful person, wonderful force. I mean, you know, she's the best to do it, and I love her dearly. So mama, happy birthday to you. And you know, she implemented a rule with the family as, you know, we can't celebrate a birthday prior to your day, because her whole thing is, nah, we had a party for you and now you got hit by a bus and I done told you happy birthday.
Hey,
So
man. Hey,
in my
poor,
family,
remember Betty White.
yeah, everybody was
Man,
trying to,
had this big celebration and
didn't make
man,
it.
didn't
And
make it
so,
in 1 week, man.
and listen, like even if your birthday, so family nights every Wednesday, if your birthday's on a Tuesday or a Thursday, you got to wait till the following. So if it's on Thursday, obviously, you gotta wait till the following Wednesday. We do not do birthdays early. My mother's like, it's a whole thing. Even now, people wish me early birthday. I'm like, hey, hold on to that. Just hold on to that.
I
Let me
respect
get
that.
let
I
me get
respect
through
that.
it, man. But mama, I love you. You're the best. Happy 82nd birthday. So again, if you know my mom, you can reach out to her, please do. And if you don't know her like that, she gonna tell you don't know me like that. So get ready. Holla at Miss B. So Ez, I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Yes, sir. We are both tired. That's our show for today. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us online at all. Okay. Make sure you follow us on all socials at Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at hp53productions.com for our merch. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day. Hey, mama! This is the Supa Dupa podcast.
Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. They said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke up.